Welcome back. In the previous task, we learned a brief intro into data analysis expressions. And in this task, we'll be creating visuals in Power BI. Now, everything we have done means nothing until we are able to communicate and visualize it, allowing users to interact with it. Now, this is our report view. Okay. So you can go to the view tab and change the page view. You can change the page view to page, fit to weight, or to an actual size. So let's stick with actual size. Okay. Then you can add grid lines if you want to, snap to grade. You can lock objects if you want to. We will not be needing that. Okay. And you can see the filter where you can add different filters to your visuals. You can see some different visualizations you can use. And of course, we have our field list and you can see this formatting canvas here. Okay. So when you add values or fields from the field list here, the formatting canvas comes up. Now I'm going to start by selecting a card from our visuals. Now there are three options of putting fields in the visual box. You can check this way. The second option is you can simply click and drag. Okay. And the third option is simply dragging. You click and drag to the visual box. These are the three ways you could add visual to your visual box. Now what I'm going to do is to create a card for the total order quantity we created using measures. So I'll simply uncheck this and then click on this measure, total order quantity. Then you can see that we have our visual. Okay, so I'll simply minimize the size of this. Okay, total order quantity. Now what I'm going to do next is to grab another card. Okay, then I'll simply drag it this way and place it here. And the visuals I'm going to be using for this card is under the customer table. So I'm going to be selecting the annual income. Okay, you can see we have our annual income. Then I'm simply going to be minimizing this a little, reducing it a little. And here you go. What I'm going to do next is to grab the visual for a bar chart. Okay, now this time around, I want to look at homeowners by order quantity. So going to my customer table to select homeowner. Okay, then I head over to the sales of 2019. Okay, 2019 to select order quantity. So I want to see the homeowners by order quantity. And here you have it. The next thing I'll do is to select a pie chart. And this time around, I want to see order quantity by gender. Okay, so I'm simply going to drag this and drop it here. Okay. All right, so selecting gender from my customer field list, and I want to see the order quantity. I'll collapse this, then head over to 2019 and select order quantity as my values. Okay, and here you have it. Now, another thing I'd like to do is to add a theme to my report view. So heading over to the view tab, I'm going to select a theme here. Okay, so clicking on this drop down button, you can see different themes. Let's select this and see. Wow, this is actually nice. So you can actually select a theme for each of your visuals. Okay, now selecting this visual, I'm going to be changing the theme. I'll head over to the format button. This is the format button. Okay, and then under data colors, you can change the color for each of the gender. If you want a different color for male, a different color for female. Okay, now let's check general. Okay, then scrolling down to background. Do you want a background color? No, I don't want a background color. So I'll toggle this to off the background color, and you can see we no longer have the background color. So that means we need to change the color of this in order to match our background color. Now to change the color, I'll simply click on data color and select a different color for the male gender. So let's go with something lighter, say this color. And yeah, this should be okay. Okay. You can as well remove the background for each of the cards. So you simply select and then you toggle the background button. Do the same thing for this. You select and you toggle the background button. And lastly, select and toggle the background button. Okay. So there are lot of things you can do, lots of visuals you can create on your report view. And I recommend you to please try your hands around it. Okay. And try to see if you can create visuals. So it seems our background color is a little bit dark. Why don't we use something lighter? Okay. So you can actually use a theme. You can browse for more themes. You can as well import a theme from your folder. Okay, so select a theme that is actually lighter. Okay, so I'm going to be selecting this theme. Okay, this should be better. So there are other things you can actually do with your visuals. So I recommend you to please try your hands around it to see the visual that will suit you. This is just a quick intro on creating visuals. And please check out the guided project on sales analysis using Power BI, where we created visuals extensively using Power BI. All right, so that is it on this task. So in this task, you learned how to create visuals. Congratulations on completing this guided project on Introduction to Power BI. Now you can be able to leverage the use of Power BI and create visuals, and you can also add this to your portfolio.